morning.
Good morning.
Good morning once again. So, how are you?
Good.
That's great. Okay, so did you already have your breakfast?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so this time we have English for socializing. So, you had a different book, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so are you ready for the class?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so this time we will have here the Unit 1 for English for Socializing. That is making contact. Okay, so now let us go to the next page. Okay, so that is the start of making contact. Now for the starter, can you see the starter?
Okay. First look at some of the actions involved in socializing.
Mhm.
Socializing. Can you add anything?
Okay, so first look at some of the activities involved in socializing. So when we say socializing,
Socializing.
yes, you are talking to anyone about something, or you are talking for making friends, so that is socializing. So this time, I want you to look at each of those pictures here and tell me something that or any situation that you can add on socializing. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Eh, excuse me.
Okay.
You mean I talk with you or?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so you will just tell me something to add about. Sorry. Psst.
Hello.
Okay, so look at the pictures here. I want you to look at the pictures. Okay, so we have here showing a visitor around your town or city. That is one example of socializing. Introducing visitors, chatting during a coffee break, making small talk at a meeting, taking a visitor out to a lunch or dinner, greeting a visitor, networking at a trade fair or conference. So, can you add anything or any socializing that involves in business or in work?
I don't know what you mean.
Oh, I see. Okay, so can you add anything like, can you tell me more except for these um, activities here? Okay, for example, we have here showing a visitor around your town or city. We have here introducing visitors, chatting during a coffee break, making small talk at a meeting, taking a visitor out to lunch or dinner, greeting a visitor, networking at a trade fair or conference. Now, those are just examples of socializing or activities involved in socializing. Can you tell me an example?
Example.
Yeah, can you add anything?
Don't know. Add anything.
Can you add anything about like that. Or what are the socializing activities that you have done before?
When customer come to Taiwan and we pick up at the airport and take you to our office.
Okay, so that's great.
And, and we will talk. We were discussing our sales plan in our meeting room, and later we will take side and customer to dinner with lunch. Like that, yeah.
Okay, so I can see that you had a lot of socializing activities that you have already done, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so that's great. So thank you very much for adding that example. Okay, so next we have here, now work with a partner to ask and answer the following questions. Okay, so this time let us take turns in asking the questions in each of us. Okay, so there are questions here that we can ask for ourselves. Okay, so let us start with the number one. Okay, so the first question is, when and where do you need to socialize in English?
When silent customer come to our office or Taiwan, I should I should uh I should use my English.
Okay, that's great. So, you can also do that one, especially when you are talking to foreigners who don't know your first language. Okay, that's good. How about number two? Okay, so can you ask me question number two? Okay, so you can ask me question number two.
Who do you speak to? Are they native or non-native English speakers? Who do you find easier to understand?
Okay. So, who do you speak to? Are they native or non-native English speakers? Who do you find easier to understand? Okay, so me, here in the Philippines, I speak to different kinds of people, but in everyday conversation, I normally speak to them in my first language, or in the native language here in the place, or the native dialect. Okay, so are they native or non-native English speakers? They are non-native English speakers since English is not their first language. But then they are also able to speak in English as long as they needed to. Okay, next question is, who do you find easier to understand? Of course, I find people easier to understand when they speak my first language. Okay, so that is the dialect in our place here. Okay, so how about you? Who do you speak to? Are they native or non-native English speakers? Who do you find easier to understand?
My customer from Italian and India. And India, the pronunciation is very difficult to understand. And so but the speaking will be slow, so I'm easy to understand. Yeah.
Yes, okay. Oh, I see that you are having a lot of like foreigners or foreign people to speak English to, right?
Yeah.
Yes, okay. So, are there people who are native or non-native English speakers?
Non-native.
None.
Yeah.
Yes. Non-native. Who do you find easier to understand?
Who do you? Who?
Uh-huh. Who do you find easier to understand? Are the non-native English speakers or the English speakers?
From America.
People from America?
Yeah.
So you are having an easier time to like speak to them, right?
They're speaking. They know we are Chinese people, so they were speaking very slow. So I'm easy to understand.
Oh, okay, I see. So they're easier to understand since they know that you are non-native speakers of the language.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so thank you very much for sharing about that, Virginia. Now this time let us have number 3. What topics do you talk about? What topics are taboo in your culture? So when we say taboo, that means it is not allowed or it's like bad.
Taboo.
Okay, so let me put the meaning of the word taboo. Okay, so it is something.
Culture.
It is something that is being avoided in conversations.
Boy.
It is something to be avoided. Okay, so can you tell me? Okay, what topics do you talk about and what topics are taboo in your culture?
Culture. We don't like bright color.
Okay, so you don't like bright colors?
Yeah. If what topic do you talk about? What topics are taboo in your culture? Trouble.
Okay, so what else or what topics do you talk about and what are the taboos in your culture?
Culture.
Okay.
Taboo. I don't have any idea.
Okay, you don't have any idea. For example, in our culture, here in the Philippines, what topics do you talk about with my friends, there are a lot of topics that we talk about the latest trends, about Facebook, about a new video, or whatever. The topics that are taboo in our culture is that when I think some people may consider it bad when you associate um, like reproductive organs of male and female during conversation that is not allowed. Also, when you are talking when you are in a certain place that a word is not allowed, or a word is not allowed in a certain tribe, then that is also taboo. Okay, so I think that's it. Okay, so those are the things that are being avoided during conversations. Also, words that are procrastinating. Profanity. I mean, when you say profanity, you are using words that are not good for cursing. So those are also taboo in some of the conversations here in the Philippines. Okay, so how about yours?
Me.
How about in your culture? What are the things that people are not allowed to talk about?
I think it's different company culture. Some press and louder is okay. You speaking louder is okay, but it's from Japanese style company. They will speaking were very quiet. So I think it's not in our country, the culture is different. I'm not sure.
Okay. So you're not sure about anything else, right? But talking loudly is not allowed also. Okay, so thank you for sharing about that. Now, how about number 4? Can you ask me question number 4?
What do you find difficult about socializing in English? What do you enjoy?
Okay, so what do you find difficult about socializing in English, and what do you enjoy? I find it difficult when I run out of words, vocabulary, or when I do not know what is the right term to use. So that would be difficult for me. Sometimes it is also difficult when I have to express something, but then I forgot about how to put it in words. So maybe that is what is difficult. Also, there are different expressions in English, or idiomatic expressions, or English slang that I do not know or I do not understand. So I think that is difficult. What do I enjoy in speaking in English is that I can or my mind is being practiced in talking, or in my mind is being really used to like thinking fast when it comes to thinking of a word to add up or to use in talking in English. And what I like is also I can practice myself in talking to English, so that whenever I see foreign people, it will not be too difficult for me to communicate with them. Okay. How about you? What do you find difficult about socializing in English, and what do you enjoy?
Difficult about socializing. talk about sports or food or to like talk about sport before like soccer. Yeah, it's easy to talk about customer and they know talk about sport and
Okay, so you find it difficult when you talk about sports in English?
yeah.
Yes, yes, of course, because there are a lot of terms, even me, that I do not know, especially when it comes to different sports. So, how about the things that you enjoy? What do you enjoy in speaking in English?
And speaking more and reading a lot of vocabulary.
Okay, so when you use English, that is when you can speak more, you can read a lot, and did you mention write? Okay, so thank you for that. That means you can practice your English skills, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So the last question is, how do you break the ice? What do you mean by break the ice?
Yeah, I know.
Okay. How do you relieve the tension of a conversation, or how do you relieve a difficulty in conversation?
Well, smile and really welcome he or she come to Taiwan and talk about some about his fry. How about his fry? Or
Okay, I see. So what I like about what you told me is you smile. Okay, so you smile just to break the ice or to relieve the tension while talking. And thank you for sharing about that experience. So that is great. Also, you break the ice sometimes by telling a little joke, right? Or by telling something that is funny. Have you done that before?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so that is a thing or something that you can do to break the ice. Okay, so thank you for answering the following questions here with me. That's great. Now, this time, sorry, let us go to the next page. That is page 3, right? Yeah. You're on the page 3. Okay, so as we can see, we can have here an email, an example of an email, right? Okay, so it is labeled A, B, and C. The C is the one below. Okay, so emails are often used to make arrangements for company visits, right? Yes. Okay, so look at the 3 emails below. Which email is the most formal? How can you tell? Now I would give you time to look at email A, email B, and email C. Okay, so tell me once you are done so that we can, or you can tell me which one is the most formal. Okay?
Diane, hello.
Hello?
Yeah, I've read it yesterday, so I
Oh.
choose A.
Okay, that's great. So you choose A. So why do you think A is the most formal?
Covering our Florence customer. Also, we should pick up at airport. So this is so I choose A.
Okay, so those are your reasons why you chose A. Okay, so what do you think, or what else do you think makes email letter A as the most formal of all the emails here?
In our company, we don't go to silence customers, silence to go to our office or hotel by itself. So we will pick it. We also pick up to them at the airport. So I choose A and C. And thank you for sending me flight detail. I will be there.
Okay. Okay, so thank you for your answer. So this time, yes, you are correct. It is letter A that's most formal. Why? Okay, so first let us look into the format of how it is being sent, or what are the contents. So as you can see, there is the complete information of the sender and the receiver, or their what do you call this one, email addresses here. Okay, and the subject, okay, which is also correct. Also, the sender's information and the company was also being put below. Okay, so that is the first thing that you can see that is considered formal. Also, as per looking at the content, we can see that they are being delighted. They have used words that are more formal than this one. Okay, so they used thank you instead of thanks. Okay, so they also had the honor of picking up the visitor at the hotel, or they're planning to pick up the visitor at the airport rather than in a hotel. Okay, so they also kindly asked for the flight details so that they know what are the information, or when will the visitor come. Okay, so that is what makes it too formal. As we're looking at letter B and letter C, they just said that thank you for your flight details. I will be there at the airport. It seems that they are not that formal to the visitor. The best way to get our officers from the station is to take the taxi. So they're not planning to pick her up or pick the visitor up to the airport. Okay, so thank you for answering that one. Now this time, let us have the number 2. Okay, so let us have here track 02, track 03, and track 04. So what you will do is you will listen 3 conversations about people meeting visitors. First, match the conversations to the email above. Okay, so we have here email A, B, and C. I want you to listen to track 2, 3, and 4 and determine which one is email A, which track is email B, and which track is email C. Can you do that? Okay, again.
I don't know what you mean.
Oh, okay, I see. So sorry about that. Now first, I will let you listen to track 2, track 3, and track 4. Okay, so there are 3 conversations. Conversation 1, conversation 2, and conversation 3 that you can listen to the 3 tracks here, right? So what you will do is, after listening, you will tell me which conversation is email letter A, which conversation is email letter B, and which conversation is email letter C. Okay? Okay, so listen first to track 2, track 3, and track 4. I'll give you time for that.
Unit 1, Exercise 2. Dialogue 1.
Alison Taylor?
That's me. Oh, you must be Raj.
Yes, that's right. Hello, it's great to finally meet you in person after all our phone calls and emails.
Yes, I know. I hope you haven't been waiting long.
No, I just got here 10 minutes ago. So, how is the flight?
Ugh, long. Since the budget cuts, we've had to fly economy, and I must say I miss the legroom.
Tell me about it.
Dialogue 2.
Mr. Sims? Hello, I'm Kasia Janiak from BPO System. Welcome to Warsaw.
Hello, Miss Janiak. It's a pleasure to meet you.
A pleasure to meet you too. How was your flight?
Uneventful, thankfully.
Okay.
Okay, so are you already done now? Okay, so the first one is letter C, and that is correct. Okay, so the second one is letter B. And the last one is letter A, which is the most formal of all the conversations. Okay, so you can also see that in each conversation, you can hear the tone of the voice, if the formal or if they are formal or not, right? So you can easily tell that that is something formal or not. Okay, so this time, now listen again and complete the chart. Okay, so can you see this part here? Okay, so now listen again and complete the chart. Okay, so I want you to listen again to each of the tracks and then complete the chart here. So you will answer, have the speakers met before? Is the conversation formal or informal? Where are they meeting? What problems did the visitors have during the journey, and what are they doing next? Okay, so you will just answer the following questions. Okay, so you can say no or yes in the first question. You can say in the second one, is it formal or informal? Where are they meeting? What problems? Okay, so I will give you time to listen to them or to listen to the track so that you can really complete the conversation here in the chart. Okay?
Unit 1, Exercise 2. Dialogue 1.
Alison Taylor?
That's me. Oh, you must be Raj.
Yes, that's right. Hello, it's great to finally meet you in person after all our phone calls and emails.
Yes, I know. I hope you haven't been waiting long.
No, I just got here 10 minutes ago. So, how is the flight?
Ugh, long. Since the budget cuts, we've had to fly economy, and I must say I miss the legroom.
Tell me about it. Have the airlines forgotten that people are a lot taller now than they were 20 years ago?
Yes, indeed. And we're also quite a bit wider than we were 20 years ago.
Right.
At least I had an exit row seat. Anyway, I'd just like to wash my hands before we get going. Is there a toilet somewhere?
Yes, there's one.
Dialogue 2.
Mr. Sims? Hello, I'm Kasia Janiak from BPO System. Welcome to Vox.
Hello, Miss Janiak. It's a pleasure to meet you.
A pleasure to meet you too. How was your flight?
Uneventful, thankfully. There was some turbulence over the North Sea, but otherwise no difficulties.
I'm glad to hear it. So, if you'll just come this way, the taxi is over here. I'll accompany you to your hotel.
Wonderful. Is the hotel far from here?
No, not at all. About 20 minutes or so.
Dialogue 3.
Hi, Paul. Good to see you again.
Hi, Anna. Good to see you too.
Sorry to keep you waiting. The train was on time, but the traffic here is terrible. There was only one lane open over the bridge, so the traffic was really slow. The taxi driver said it's been like that for weeks.
I know. The traffic here is a complete nightmare. I should have told you to take the ring road. Sorry, I completely forgot about that. Anyway, can I help you with your bags?
Oh, that would be great. Would you mind taking this? It's the projector for this afternoon's presentation.
Not at all. So, my office is just over here.
Okay.
Okay, so thank you for having the time to listen to and in answering this chart. Okay, so let us first have number 1. Have the speakers met before? Okay, so for the conversation 1, it is your answer is yes. Okay, why do you think it is yes? Have they met before?
Not before. They don't say nice to meet you.
Oh, they didn't say nice to meet you, so they say you presumably you presume that is a yes, right? And they also talk like they have also met before, right?
Yeah.
Yes, okay. But as you can see, she or he suggested him not in his name or in her name, right? Okay. So the speakers, did they meet before or not? What do you think?
Meet before.
They already meet before?
Yeah.
Okay, but here, when you can listen to the track again.
Okay.
Unit 1, Exercise 2. Dialogue 1.
Alison Taylor?
That's me.
Unit 1, Exercise 2. Dialogue 1.
Okay, so you can see that he first asked the name, right? Okay, so he asked the name. So Alison Taylor, that is asking the name, right? So do you think that they have met before?
No.
No, not yet. Okay. Okay, so as you can see that he didn't met him before or met her before because he first asked the name of the person. Okay? Okay, so now how about number 2? Have the speakers met before?
Number 2. The conversation too.
Yes. Okay, so that is no. That is clearly no, of course. And how about number 3?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so thank you very much for answering that one. Good job. How about number 2? Okay, so which is the conversation formal or informal? So the first one is like the first one is formal, right? Okay, so first one is in formal. Why do you think it is formal?
Formal. Oh no, informal.
Yes, informal, because they are just talking like they're friends, even if they met for the first time. Okay, so that is informal. Okay, thank you for changing that one into correct answers. And number 2 is also informal. Why did you say that it is? Why did you say that it is informal?
The conversation is like a friend, and they know each other before. Yeah. And talk to her to go to taxi by himself. Yeah, by herself.
Okay, so that is why you said it is informal. Okay, but have you observed how did he address the person, or how did she address the person? Okay. Remember, that is their first time meeting. So what do you think would be the form of or what is sorry, what do you think is the way that they conversed with each other? How did the person address the other person or the visitor?
I don't know.
Okay, so by listening to track 3. Okay, let us see.
Hello, I'm Kasia Janiak from BTO Systems. Welcome to Warsaw.
Okay, so you can see that she first introduced herself, and then she welcomed the visitor, and then...
Hello, Miss Janiak. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Okay.
A pleasure to meet you.
So they have, as you can hear, they have used like formal words, like they didn't say, "Hey, is this